Good morning, Dominica. You're tuned into Creole Heartbeat right here on DBS Radio, proudly sponsored by Digicel, the bigger, better network. This is the show where you can celebrate our culture, our people, and the heartbeat of Dominica. This morning we have a very special edition as we shine a spotlight on the young, talented, and confident young ladies competing for the title Miss Teen Dominica 2025. I am Julie Roberts, and we're about to have a great show here this morning. Miss Teen Dominica isn't just pageants or pageantry, it's not just a pageant, it's a journey of growth, discipline, and empowerment. This competition provides a platform for young women to showcase their intelligence, talent, and a love for Dominican heritage. It's about building confidence, leadership, and inspiring the next generation. So join us in the studio today as we have the four incredible contestants who will be vying for the prestigious crown. As a well-known organizer, Mr. Raymond Lawrence will also be joining us. So we'll hear about their experiences, their preparations, and what the pageant means to them. So stay locked in because we have an exciting conversation ahead. Good morning, Mr. Lawrence.
Yeah, good morning.
How are you doing this morning?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. Yes, not bad at all. Let me say good morning to you, Julie. Good morning to listeners to the nation station, DBS Radio.
Okay, and good morning, young ladies.
Good morning.
How are you doing this morning?
Fine, thanks.
Okay, we're not here. Okay, so Mr. Lawrence, I want us to introduce the young ladies as soon as we can hear them clearly. As soon as we can hear them clearly, I want us to introduce them. Let me see if my headphone can fit my hair. And because I'm really looking forward to this morning's discourse with them. Can you hear me well?
We can.
Okay, so I'm hearing them perfectly now. Thank you, Mr. Technician. All right, so we're going to start from my left, your right, with the introduction. So let's start here. Just tell our listeners your name, the school you're representing, and if you're sponsored, who your sponsor is.
My name is Corinne Hilary. I present.
Say that again.
My name is Corinne Hilary. I represent the St. Martin Secondary School. I am sponsored by Happy, distributed by ACS, Pure Neatness, and Ethnic Beauty.
Okay, so please put the mic very close to your mouth so that we want you to be heard. We want everybody to be able to hear you, okay?
Yes.
All right, so let's do that once more to make sure that everybody can hear you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're not going to have none of that kind of technical difficulties the night of the show. I promise you. Go ahead.
My name is Corinne Hilary. I represent the St. Martin Secondary School, and I am sponsored by Happy, distributed by ACS, Pure Neatness, and Ethnic Beauty.
Perfect. I heard you loud and clear. Next.
My name is Gabrielle Esprit. I am representing the Girl Guides Association of Dominica. I am sponsored by Best Price and Fresh Market.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Kiana Jania Aaron. I am 14. I represent the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School, and I am sponsored by Republic Bank.
All right.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Hannah Joseph. I'm 15. I represent the Dominica Grammar School, and I'm sponsored by Do It Center under the umbrella of Do It Best Quality Pins, where your satisfaction is guaranteed.
I actually saw Do It Center spread for the opening of Carnival, and I loved it. I loved it. I was telling them it was so innovative. All right, so we now know your name, the school, and who sponsored you. Can each of you tell me a fun fact about yourself? A fun fact about you?
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
A fun fact about me is that I am a natural born leader, and I hold various positions at my school in executive roles such as 4-H president, sergeant of arms in Interact, vice captain, dance president, and That's really it. Yeah. I feel like I'm missing one, but yes.
Okay, that's good. All right, next person who wants to share.
I have been playing musical instruments since I was about 6.
Wow. Wow. I could only play the flute. So that means you're way more and I could only play Mary Had a Little Lamb. So you're way more advanced than me.
I play the flute and the recorder.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Oh, you know what? I can play the recorder, not the flute. My bad. The one that go purr, purr, purr. That's what I can play. Okay. All right, next.
A fun fact about me is, despite of going up for like pageantry, I do a lot of things like I'm a part of debate, my school's debate club and the cadets.
Wow. Nice.
A fun fact about me, many people wouldn't know, but I like singing. So,
You like singing?
yes.
Ah, okay. All right. So, what inspired you to participate in the Miss Teen competition, the Miss Teen Dominica competition?
Growing up, I always wanted to like go up for something like that, but it I just felt like it would be a way to build my self-confidence. So that inspired me a lot.
Okay. Go ahead. Anybody else? What inspired you?
I was inspired because I used to be a very shy child, and when I was growing up, it was always something I wanted to do. So I wanted to show other children like myself that they can do anything they put their mind to.
Very well.
I was inspired by my friends mostly because they think that I have a great potential and that I can do it. So they really pushed me and advised me to do it because they see that I can win the crown.
Hey, okay. What about Miss Aaron?
I'm the reigning Miss ITSS, and after I won that show, something about pageantry, it just stick in me. So
Okay, so how has the journey been for you so far? Like, what has been the most exciting thing, or what has been the most challenging part so far preparing for the pageant?
The most exciting part for me is getting my hair done and my makeup done because it makes me feel pretty and just feels overall nice. Most challenging is maybe, although I have time management skills, sometimes balancing my social and personal life and having to jump from one to another, but it has been going well so far for me.
Nice.
As Corinne said, getting my makeup done, my hair. It's really fun to see like, a new side of yourself.
Yes.
And I don't think anything is really challenging for me for now, but the journey is going amazing.
Okay.
It was exciting for me because this is something new for me and I like to experience new things. And it's been challenging because, especially as I'm not going up for my school, I really have to make sure I manage my time properly.
it's very
Okay.
exciting for me because, like, the supports, like, to be honest, my friends, my family, all of them look up to me. They always ask me questions. They always ask me how I'm doing. The experience is very fun for me, and I don't really find it have no challenges as for now, but the journey has been very nice.
Okay. So, walk us through a day of training. Like, what kind of preparation goes into this?
A day of training for me is, well, wake up in the morning, go to school, normal school life, and then in the afternoon I would have walking, speech, talent with my different coaches and different critiques that I take into mind and try to perfect myself and get ready for the night of the show.
Okay. So, Miss Aaron,
Yes.
so walk us through a day of training for you.
Well, I wake up, I go to school, yeah, and after school, there we have training with my team. We do walking, the talents, we go for the speech. I'm really great at memorizing, so that doesn't really come as a challenge for us.
Okay, Miss Esprit, are you good at walking? How confident do you feel in high heels and parading across the stage?
Well, I don't think I have a problem with walking. It's just so far I have gotten quite nervous. So as I've been practicing more, I'm more confident in it.
Okay, and the last person.
No, because my school we're like doing from 7:45 to 12:30 is fourth and fifth form, and like my chaperone Miss Dinard, she teaches in the afternoon, so like it's hard. So like I practice more on Saturdays. I get up, get ready, and we have like walking rehearsals where all of us just be and we have to learn our dance and stuff like that. And then from that we go back to the school. We most times we start off with walking. We do my speech and my talent, and then get some little questions to answer.
Yes. You know, question and answer is normally the interview aspect of a show is normally very much anticipated both by the patrons and the contestants. While the contestants might be nervous, the patrons, everybody all of a sudden are English teachers and they're waiting, to they're waiting to see who will stumble or who will answer best. Are you guys nervous about any particular segment?
I'm nervous. I'm not really nervous, I would say. But for walking, I feel I can walk good. I'm not really expert in that. I just smiling is a challenge for me. I'm not accustomed to smiling with my teeth, and it feels very out of place for me. So I have to constantly be, and then I put my mouth back together and be like, smile.
As Kiana said, smiling for me because I'm normally a person that likes to laugh, not really just stay smiling. And maybe question and answer, having to think on your feet and not just stay there and blank out. That's the most nervous impact for me.
Okay.
As Kiana and Corinne said, the smiling part, because I was actually like, I'm shy. And I would just like give a little like smile, and they'd be like, I'm a little nervous for the question and answer though, but we'll all be okay.
Yes.
Trust.
Yes, definitely.
I'm not sure what I'm scared about. I'll just say anything in general. But unlike what the other contestants said, I'm most excited for question and answer because I am somebody that's very good at answering questions because I like to have that type of conversations with people.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you guys one question before I go over to Mr. Why am I forgetting your name now?
Lawrence.
Mr. Lawrence. And
okay.
to give you guys a break. But so one question before I come back to you guys. Each contestant brings something unique to the stage. So can you share a little bit about your talent segment? You don't have to go into a lot of details if you're told not to, but just share a little bit as to what we can expect in terms of talent on that night.
Well, for me, if you want to see what my talent is or any surprises, come to the show on February 21st, 2025 at 5 p.m. and I assure you, you will not regret.
Very well.
I think that people should be excited about my talent because it is something very different. It has to do with the arts and also incorporating my instrument, which is not something you see a lot in this pageant.
As Corinne said, if you want to see the talent, come to the show. Carnival City, February 23rd, 2025. Stadium Forecourts. And
With my talent, it's something I'm passionate about. I do a lot of different things, but for dancing, you can ask my chaperones, they always tell me about that. They will be training me, and from time they stop to just talk to me, I stand up there doing some kind of TikTok or whatever it is. And they'll always be like, we talking to her and she there dancing away.
Oh, wow. Mr. Raymond, good morning. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Can you introduce yourself you do not need an introduction, but can you introduce yourself in this capacity and, your role in organizing the Miss Teen? I know it's the 46th year. So just give us a little bit about your role and also just a history of the show.
Yeah, well, I am the artistic director of the White Kabuli Dance Theatre Company, and we've been organizing this show, as you mentioned. This year is the 46th annual Miss Teen Dominica pageant. The group itself, the dance company itself, is celebrating 54 years this year. Yeah, so we're thankful to God, for the many years of existence of Waitukubuli, and also for the success of the teen pageant for so many years as well. But just very briefly, I remember when we started, it was a much simpler show held at the St. Gerard's Hall in those days. And I think we only had costume and evening wear in those the first set of teen pageants. But then through the years we added various categories, very much like the Queen Show. I remember when Queen Show was just costume and evening wear as well, many, many years ago. Now there are about 5 different or 6 different appearances. And then this year, we're looking forward to it. I must compliment the young ladies. They have been carrying themselves very, very well. Their deportment, the whole manner in which they conduct themselves. We're all very impressed with them and their teams. So I have to congratulate the contestants and thank them for taking part in the teen pageant. Without them, as I told them at the launch of the show, we would not have a show if we did not have the contestants. I also have to thank as well the secondary schools that are taking part, the Dominica Grammar School, St. Martin Secondary, and the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School, and also the Dominica Girl Guides Association. They had a show at Christmas, Miss Noel, and we invited the winner of that competition to take part in the teen pageant, and that's Gabrielle Esprit. So she's representing the Girl Guides Association in the competition.
Is that the first time we have Girl Guides been represented?
First time Girl Guides representing, but again going back to the beginning of teen pageant. When we started, it was not secondary schools. It was open to just any teenage girls across the island who wanted to take part in the teen pageant. That's how it was. I think maybe for about between 5 and 10 years, maybe that's how it was. And then we decided to focus more on the inclusion of the secondary schools, focus more on the secondary schools participation. But then right now, I think we are beginning to look at opening it up again to secondary schools, will always be there, and then other youth organizations, youth associations, as long as they meet the criteria, they meet the age range, 13 to 17, we would be opening it up to participation as well from those youth organizations which would want one of their members, let's say, to represent them in the competition.
Okay, so what's the main mission of the pageant? Is it just discipline or teach ladies to walk in heels? Are you preparing them for future pageants? What's the main mission of the pageant?
Yeah, well, it's a type of holistic type of education and building up and development of their skills. That's the way I see it, because quite apart from the talent and the costume and so, you have development of your self-esteem, your self-confidence. Some of them mentioned it. Some of them a while ago said they were a bit shy, and in order to develop their self-confidence, they thought they could take part in a show like that. So I think that helps with public speaking, with simply just the way you carry yourself in public, the way you walk, the way you talk, and the way you face the public. And then in addition to that, now you have the performing arts skills, as some of them hinted what some of their talents would be like. So again, it's an opportunity for them to showcase their talents in that area, and their modeling, especially in evening wear and so. And then, of course, you have the public speaking part, where they deliver a speech, where they answer questions. We spoke about that a while ago. So and so all of those, I think, help with their future development. These are skills you can take into any job. You may be in a marketing department, you may be in the human resource department, or simply a member of staff. They want you to speak to the staff, or they want you to speak to members of the public, or you're having a meeting and they ask you to deliver an address, they would already have had some experience in that area,
Yeah.
and that would certainly help them, I think,
So
in
personal
the
growth and
future.
development is
That's right,
definitely,
definitely.
and from a comprehensive aspect, as you said, even into the work field. But how many of your Miss have you had any Miss Teens who went on to be Miss Dominica?
Yes, well, the reigning Miss Dominica,
Uh-huh.
Kiana Dyer, is a former Miss Teen.
Okay.
And in fact, last year was interesting because we had two Miss Teens in the
Oh, okay.
competition. But then Kiana emerged as winner. So she's a former Miss Teen. And we've had contestants who've taken part in the teen pageant who also, they didn't win necessarily, but they went on to win Miss Dominica.
Oh,
Like Mara Walter, for instance,
okay.
Leandra Lander. A couple of them who took part in the competition didn't win. They got second runner-up and first runner-up and so, but they were able to go on to the Miss Dominica and actually win the title. So again, that's another benefit, I think, of the pageant. It helps prepare them in case they maybe want to take part in future pageants. That would give them a certain level of experience in the field to help
Okay.
with their future participation.
Yes, I have more questions for you, but let me ask you this before I go back over to the ladies so that we can interact with them also. How are the contestants selected? And what are the qualities that you're looking for in your next Miss Teen?
So then we allow the schools or the organizations we're inviting to do the selection. So we
Okay.
don't do the selection for them. We feel that they know their students best. They know, how they know the talents and skills of the students, and so the school. Some of them have auditions. Some of them might have a mini show at the school to select, and the winner would represent. Or they just have auditions. They just make them do some speech, some talent walking, and so on, and they select. So we leave it up to the schools and the organizations. And in the case of the Girl Guides, this Esprit actually won the competition. So I guess that was one of the ways that they decided that, okay, they would have the winner represent the Girl Guides Association. But yeah, so then the main criteria is the age range is 13 to 17. That's the age range for them. And that, well, now, as I mentioned, we're targeting the secondary schools, but we're also opening it up. We have opened it up to other youth organizations as well to participate.
So we'll come back to you, Mr. Raymond. Girls? You see, I don't know why you say you have problem with smiling, because your smiles are so pretty. You're constantly smiling. What personal growth have you experienced since joining the competition? What personal growth have you experienced since joining the competition?
Personal growth for me would be confidence, like a lot of it. I'm a child. I have a lot of anxiety. If you ever like go back and like watch Miss ITSS show, like for my speech, I know my speech off head, and that was really good. But like in the middle of it, I just watched the crowd, and I didn't know what to do. I froze. I get so afraid, and everybody was like, "You can do this, go girl!" And I just did the rest of it, and I was like, confidence has really been a thing for me, and it helped me. The anxiety gone.
As she said, I'm someone who gets very anxious, and seeing all the people supporting me has really helped me to grow in confidence. And it just has been an experience that has taught me a lot about myself and helped me learn a lot about the people around me also.
For me, it would also have to be my confidence, because when I went to audition to go up to be Miss Dominica Grammar School, I was quite nervous, to be honest. I didn't know I would actually get it, but I did. But anyways, yes, that's really it, to be honest. And as they said, anxiety, because I'm quite shy, to be honest. Like, yeah, but getting the support from my best friends and my friends, it's really helped a lot. And my
Okay.
chaperones.
As they both said, I agree. Self-confidence for me, because when being in front of a large crowd, you get nervous and sometimes you start to shiver and you don't want to be like made fun of. So I have learned different things about myself too, because when I went up for the auditions, heels was not my thing. And then as time grew, I learned to walk in heels, and now I confident in walking in it.
Uh,
Okay. Um, if you could have a platform for this show, if you could represent something that young women go through for this pageant, what would it be and why?
Well, for me, I have a platform. My platform is Unseen Splendor Radiance Within, which means not letting stereotypes limit your potential. And even though sometimes you're the underdog or you feel underestimated, you should never feel pushed aside. You should always go for what you feel is best and to achieve your goal.
Okay, very nice. I like that.
As I mentioned before, I just want everybody to know that when they reach for their stars, when they reach for the stars, they can achieve anything they want to achieve once they believe in themselves and gain some confidence.
Okay.
Based on my platform, From Shadows to Safety, Ending Child Abuse Together, I really think that,
Say
know,
that again, sorry.
From Shadows to Safety, Ending Child Abuse Together,
Wow, I like that.
it's really a touching platform, and I'm sure that it will touch some people, because many young girls, they don't deserve what they go through, and they may, there are a lot of men, us young ladies, we need to really protect ourselves as much as we can, even if we may not do anything, but it still might happen to us. But forever, yes.
Very
Well,
nice.
My platform, I don't feel it really has anything to really say about like something to encourage young women. It's actually marine life preservation and conservation. But if I had to like give something to just make young women feel a bit, I would say like you should always try something new, because for the Miss ICSS show I didn't think at all, and my despite of me having a lot of anxiety, my chaperones took their time and they were so happy and they helped me through everything. I'd say you should really try something, because you never know where it would get you. I didn't even expect to win.
You keep saying that. If you could describe your journey in one word so far, what would it be? Just one word.
One word.
Wow. Like the question that required the least amount of words. What about fun? Is it fun for anyone?
It is. It really
Yes,
is.
it is.
Unexpected?
I would not say it's
Kind of,
unexpected.
but not really.
Well, okay. All right. Why should Dominicans come on out to support you guys for the Miss Teen competition?
I believe they should come and support us, because as young people, we need support to make us feel like, okay, we got this. And everyone needs support to reach their goal, and somebody to be behind them, tell them, you got this, you can do it, and to reach for the stars.
Okay. Miss
I
Oh,
sorry.
everyone wants to answer. Okay, go ahead, yeah. That's fine.
I think that they should come to support us, because they have to always remember that we are the future of Dominica. So it's always good to support your young people at everything they are doing, so that we can help the generations that are coming after us.
Based on what Gabrielle and Corinne said, I fully agree, and we'll just leave it right there.
Yeah.
I feel like Dominicans should come and support us, because the courage, like we actually want to put ourselves up out there, and we actually doing something. I don't think a lot of people would do that. Like just saying.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. All right. So thank you for that. And I think your show is normally the Miss Teen Dominica is often well, well. I gotta come. Is normally well attended, and the people tend to get very passionate. So, Mr. Lawrence, before we include some teachers and maybe chaperones this morning, I have a few questions for you.
Okay.
I realized that this year we have less ladies. We don't have Portsmouth Secondary School or even the Convent High School. And I hope that's not anything political, but is there a reason why the numbers are few? And we know Convent and PSS normally go at it, but we don't have them this year. Is that?
Charles and yeah.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, it's not the first time we've had four.
Okay.
2020 we had four contestants when Orion won the competition. But of course, other years we've had 5, 6, 7. There was a year we even had 9. So there's some. What I would say is maybe from time to time you find a year when, although you're really, really hoping for many schools to participate, when some of them are taking a break, there's something happening with some of the main teachers who usually assist with the contestant, and some of them decide to take a break. Most of them, a lot of them have said they were taking a break, but then they said they would come back the following year. The school would come back the following year to the competition. So sometimes it's like that. And Julie, we did have 5 contestants around November. We did have 5 contestants. We had Orion and we had Portsmouth as well. But then the students were 2 fifth formers, although we've had fifth formers before. In fact, the past 2 teens came over in fifth form. And then when the rehearsals and everything started, they felt that it was a little too much for them to handle in terms of their schoolwork and training. So they sort of backed down. So that brought us down to 3. And then we included other youth organizations, and that's how the Girl Guides Association came into the picture. So that's what happened. So it was a bit of a struggle this time, to be honest, Julie, in terms of getting a larger number from the secondary schools. I know that it's not that they had any problem as such about they just maybe simply felt that they wanted to take a break.
Yes.
They wanted to take a break and they would come back the following year. Some schools do that as well from time to time. Sometimes they take a break and they come back the following year or following 2 years and so.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say it's unusual. It's challenging for us as organizers because you want to have more contestants.
Yes.
But as I said, it's not the first time. We've had 4. We had 4 in 2020 when Orion won the competition. And the show was, I really thought it would have been affected, the fact that we had 4 but it was just as big as any teen pageant. And I'm thinking with the contestants we have, with the kind of energy and sort of support that I've been hearing and seeing, I think this show is also going to be very exciting with the 4 contestants.
Okay.
And I mean, I'm very grateful at the same time
Yes.
for the schools and the Girl Guides Association for agreeing to participate in the competition.
Okay, one school that I know for sure would not have taken a break this year is the Dominica Grammar School. It would have been wild to take a break. So now we're going to go over to the young lady from Dominica Grammar School and her chaperone. Good morning, Miss the chaperone. Good morning.
Good morning.
It is a pleasure to have you here this morning, and I have to start with you, considering that the crown sits at your school with your teen from last year. By the way, what's your name? Sorry?
My name is Odessa Dinada.
Odessa Dinad. Okay, is it your first year being a chaperone?
No, I've been with the Dominica Grammar School for many years.
You're a veteran.
Yes.
So you're the person behind what we seen on stage.
Yes.
You're the person behind the splendor we got last year.
Yes.
Exceptional performance.
I mean, I don't want to take all the credit. We do have a team, but
Yes.
I am one of the individuals, yes.
Okay, so what can we expect from your contestant this year?
You can expect nothing but the best. We like to say that Dominica Grammar School is the best amongst the rest. So you can expect that from us. Though we have a lot of challenges this year, we're going to put our best foot forward and just do what we can to keep our crown.
All right.
Yeah.
So thank you. Next we have the
Thomas.
IT
ITSS.
ITSS. Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Please have the listeners know who you are.
My name is Amanda Deja.
Okay. And same question, how are you preparing the contestants for the competition this year?
Well, we had taken a break for a few years and we're back in the competition again this year. And the Isaiah Thomas wants to give an impact on that show that no one will ever forget.
Oh.
So the young lady is practicing a lot. She's having her rehearsals regularly and she's putting all the effort that she can into giving everyone who comes to the show a performance they won't forget.
Thank you for that. Miss Aaron definitely seems like she's prepped and ready. So I love the friendly rivalry. I'm saying friendly, I'm purposely saying friendly rivalry that comes with the pageant. I really, really like it.
Yes.
Yes. So the next person, Miss Maxine, no stranger. Good morning.
Good morning, Julie, and good morning to all the listeners.
Yes. So are you the parents or are you also the chaperone?
I am the parent, but I am part of the team. I couldn't sit back and not be part of the team, so yes, I'm also part of the team. I know I'm not traditionally associated with pageants, but the elements of the pageant that I can definitely help to contribute towards, and so I'm also just there for my daughter.
Okay, so you're traditionally associated with being a mother, and that's what mothers do. They come in. All right, so just tell me a little bit as to how you're prepping Gabrielle, or how the team is prepping Gabrielle, and also the fact that she's representing the Dominica Girl Guides Association and not her school. Is that affecting her presence in any way, or she feel like, okay, I'm representing an association and it's okay if it's not a school?
Well, first of all, I want to thank the Convent High School because they have been supportive. They've allowed her to introduce herself to the student body, and the students are very supportive of her. Of course, you have Girl Guides at Convent High School as well, so that also adds to it. We are, I guess, Gabrielle's name is going to go down in the history books as the first ever contestant at the Miss Teen pageant on behalf of the Girl Guides Association of Dominica, so that's big. And we are very appreciative of the opportunity for her to participate in the pageant this year. Preparations are going well. We've got a good team and everything is moving along. Gabrielle herself, I think, is enjoying it, and it's a bit of a journey of self-discovery and self-improvement and growth. And so, yeah, we're just going with it day by day and enjoying the experience.
Okay, really good. So I was just saying to Mr. Lawrence that we do not have Convent represented, but I see that they found a way to. Okay, let me not say that.
I wouldn't say that they found a way because really the school did not have anything to do with, as Mr. Lawrence said, Gabrielle participated in the Miss Noel competition and she won that, and the White Oak Holy Dance Theatre reached out to the Girl Guides to ask if the winner would have been interested in participating.
Yes.
But I am also, I'm alumni of Convent High School, and Gabrielle is a proud student of the Convent High School, and they have been supportive despite the fact that they are not participating. They are not going to block her participation. And so we do appreciate that.
Okay, and finally, Madame Jamasha, bonjour.
Hi, Julie.
Ou alida tout bite?
Bonjour, Julie. Pasadisa. But good morning, Julie, and to the listeners of this program. My name is Jamasha Mello, and I am part of Team St. Martin Secondary School for this year's Miss Teen Dominica pageants.
Okay, so how are you prepping the beautiful Hannah Joseph? Well, not Hannah Joseph. Corinne Royer for is according to the flyer. I keep looking at the flyer for the seating position. That's all. Sorry. Yeah. How are you prepping Corinne for the competition? Should we expect a little Creole on that day?
Well, I am the Creole girl, not necessarily our participants, but Corinne's preparation is really one that is all for excellence, to ensure that when we go out on February 23rd, we bring back the crown to SMSS. St. Martin Secondary hasn't participated for about 5 years, So it truly is a remarkable milestone to have Karine representing us this year. And practice is very serious. Practice is regular because we are all ensuring that we put out an excellent product on the night of the show.
Okay, so I have a question for everyone. Etiquette. I love etiquette. Recently, my foundation, we actually did something to do with etiquette. When you think of pageantry, you tend to think of that kind of thing. Are you guys doing anything that have to do with etiquette, anything like that?
No, not directly, I would say. However, we have been giving them tips and so on the way they have to conduct themselves, especially in public. And then we're going to be entering some training now on the actual speech and answering questions. So, because you have to have a certain level of decorum, a certain level of respect, and your mannerisms, even in answering or giving a speech, your body language has to correspond, with the kind of where you are and the situation that you're in. So we think all of that would help the contestants, as well as we spoke earlier on about the holistic type of development. Yes, it's stage and all of that, but at the same time, it develops the person, it develops the personality for future.
Yes, and I mean, as chaperones, I would just think that, just in case, and I know etiquette is not just about how you eat, table manners. It's also about how you dress for a business meeting, how you dress for an interview, how it's about dress, speech, presentation, eating. Are you guys including that in the training? Or because, as Mr. Lawrence says, it's not necessarily something that they bring to the table. Do you think it's necessary to bring that for your participants, for your contestants?
Well, yes. The students need to have a certain level of etiquette because they are out there representing their school, and you want them to be the best representative that they can be. So you speak to them about how they should conduct themselves when they're in public. You speak to them about their mannerisms and their tones when it comes to rehearsal. But yes, it is an important aspect of the show that the students need to know.
Okay, so for the students and any one of the chaperones, the contestants are now ambassadors of the school. They represent the school. In what way do you want to be seen as the ambassador for your school? Is it just in pageantry? How do you want to represent your school? Look at she's always smiling. Yeah, in which way would you like to be? Now that you're an ambassador for the school, do you understand that you're an ambassador for your school in the first place?
I would really want to see myself inspiring other young ladies at my school. I think it would mean a lot to me. It would mean a lot to me.
Okay. Anyone else?
Since we have not been participating in the pageant for a few years now, I really hope that me coming out and representing my school, that it influence others to take part to and represent our school as well in the next coming years.
Okay.
Even if I am not representing my school, from the children at my school that are supporting me, I can already see that a lot of them are looking up to me, and I just want to set a good example for them, to inspire them for when the next time Convent goes up, or even Girl Guides, for them to get out of their comfort zone and reach for the stars.
Okay.
From my participation, my school also have a coming up Miss ITSS show. That is how we always choose the girl that's going to represent our school. And from last year, I have seen a lot of girls that wasn't even interested last year. They have gone up this year, and I think that's something, it inspires people.
Yes. And as I said to you guys this morning, no need to be shy. You guys speak so intelligently. So the confidence that you may think that you don't have, just keep thinking in the back of your mind, you sound really good. You sound good. I'm pretty sure the people who are listening at home, they're saying, "Wow, we have." You sound like Carnival Queen contestants. You're no. I'm being honest. I'm being honest. You're answering questions so well. So the confidence should come with that. So let me just have you know, you're sounding really good. Okay, do not second guess yourself. Mr. Lawrence, as I said to you before, I wanted us to talk about sponsorship. So your girls are sponsored, and they spoke so pretty about their sponsors this morning, their slogans and everything else that comes with it. How difficult is it to get sponsorship each year? And also, if one does not come in as a sponsor for a girl, are there ways that they can still sponsor the pageant and help the pageant to go forward?
Yes, well, I must have, first of all, I have to thank God, and I have to thank the private sector for supporting teen pageant, and for so long. Remember, this is the 46th one, and every year you have to be approaching sponsors. And I must say this year started a little slow, but I must say we have been receiving good support from private sector and firms and companies. For instance, Grammar School is sponsored by Do It Center and Do It Best Quality Paints. St. Martin Secondary would be Happy, distributed by AC Shillingford and Company, also supported by the Republic Bank. Pure Neatness and Ethnic Beauty. Kiana Aaron, Isaiah Thomas, she's sponsored by Republic Bank, and Gabrielle Esprit, representing the Girl Guides Association. Her main sponsors are Best Price and Fresh Market, but also her part sponsors High Swag Life Boutique, Black Island Girl, Deepex Color Lab, and Ashes Nails Salon. And then again, I have to thank Wadix, thank you very much, and Julie and Creole Heartbeat for helping to promote the show as well, because right away you all came on board in assisting the school. And we have other sponsors, Julie, that I'd like to quickly recognize. Queen's Jewelry has provided a crown for the winner for several years now. Dominica Lotteries Commission, always assisting. The Springfield Trading has come forward to assist the National Bank of Dominica as well. Carlton Phillip and Company Limited, the National Authorizing Office, Big Edge Financial Express, Argos Dominica Limited, P.H. Williams and Company Limited. We also have Dragon Windows, Fine Foods Inc., Francis Enterprises, Conrad McIntyre, and Deepex Color Lab as well for assisting with the sashes, and the Alias Francaise for allowing us use of their venue for the launch of the contestants. And I must mention the stadium as well for allowing us the use of the stadium for rehearsals. And of course, everybody else, the teams from the schools, the teachers who are present here, we have to thank them so much, the principals, the chaperones, and they mentioned they have teams, so they have a number of other people assisting, so we have to thank all of, so all of those, we are very, very grateful for those who play any kind of role in helping with the competition. And then, Julie, the competition takes place on Sunday, the 23rd of February. The contestants mentioned it, starting at 5 in the afternoon at the stadium forecourt. Children standing $20, adults standing $30, and sitting, anybody who wants to sit, would be $50. And tickets should be available soon at the Deepex Color Lab and also at Bullseye Pharmacy. We haven't finalized all the guest artists yet, but we just usually we want to make teen pageants as exciting and entertaining as possible every year, and this year will be no exception. We're really going to try to go all out to make it a very, very exciting show. But based on what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing from the girls and the teams, I really think we're looking at a very good show this year, Julie, if I may say so.
I think the shows are always well done. They're always really good. I know we spoke about the two previous Miss Teens being fifth formers. And right. I don't know how many of if any of them are fifth formers.
No.
However, for the grand prize, do we have like a scholarship to Dominica State College, or what are the prizes?
So, there was a time when the main scholarship was for the college. And then the government, some years ago, decided they were going to assist students with their tuition. But there's still some other expenses that the Ministry of Education is still offering to assist. So it's a type of scholarship as well.
Okay.
that will assist the girls. Jays Limited also offers a scholarship as well to the contestants. And they have indicated that they will be doing the same again this year. So that's another type of scholarship.
So
again
that's for the grand prize?
Yes, that's for, usually it goes for the winner.
Winner.
Goes to the winner. And then we have a number of other business places and firms that give prizes as well.
Okay.
You know, so not to mention Queen's Jewelry, as I said, that
Yes.
always helps with the crown. But we usually get a number of prizes from private sector that goes towards the winner and the runners-up, and of course the other contestants. So we're grateful to them as well.
Okay, so I know we're running out of time, but the pageant has definitely evolved over the years, Mr. Lawrence, and congratulations on that. We're seeing the pageant getting better and better. I personally, I cannot even say, oh, I'm looking forward to the costume, or because I just love everything. I love when they come out first to introduce themselves, because you get a sense of what to expect for the rest of the night, the personalities. I really love the dresses. I love to see them walk in their dress, especially when they think that, I cannot walk in high-heel shoes, but then you see that confidence on that night. I love question and answer, but I must say the pageant is evolving, and thank you for doing this. Thank you for being able to inject confidence and, it's just great things into young women in Dominica. What message do you have for the contestants as they prepare for the big night?
Well, to put the best foot forward, I know it's cliche, but that's really what it is, in not just one round, but in all the rounds. The word consistency comes up a lot, I find, in pageants nowadays, that you have to be, in order to win the crown, you have to be consistent. Because if let's suppose you do well in 3 out of the 4 or whatever, and then you drop in one, that too can be a little costly for you in terms of points and so on. So the idea is that you try to give your best and do your best in every round. And I'm sure the teams all know that, and the girls know that as well. So that would be my advice to them, that you come out and do your best. Secondly, that we don't take it so much as a competition, but celebration. Celebrate your talent, celebrate the talent of others. You are making new friends with the contestants as well. Maybe some of them didn't know each other before, but now they get to know each other so much better. Who knows, some of these friendships could be lifetime friendships and lifelong friendships right now. Plus, try to see what you're gaining from the whole experience, the whole journey of the competition, that you're learning different skills, you're developing your self-confidence, your public speaking skills will help you anywhere in the future. If you're speaking on behalf of some company that you're working for, all of these little skills that you have developed, or if you have to maybe perform at some event, you've done it already at the teenage pageant, so that it lends, or if you want to go and say to Miss Dominica in the future to do the competition, you have the experience of, as I mentioned, Kiana Dyer, who's the reigning Miss Dominica. She's a former Miss Teen, and I'm sure she will say that the Miss Teen experience helped her with winning the crown last year. So when you look at all of those factors, I think it's overall an extremely beneficial experience for all the contestants and the schools, and that we can still at the end of the day congratulate one another. You don't have to be enemies with anybody. Just celebrate. If we think of the word celebrate rather than compete, we think of celebrate. So we're thinking of celebrating each other during the show and afterwards and so on.
Yes.
So
Clearly you were not in the comment section on Facebook. And with that being said, let's go over to the young ladies and let us know call for people to come to support you. Tell them why they should come to support you. Let's start with the chaperones first. Why should your contestants be supported on the night of the show, and then I'm going to give each contestant a chance to invite people to come support them. And for the people who are listening on Facebook or viewing us on Facebook, tell us who you're supporting on that night. And also, I'm so afraid to say say who you think gonna win, because I hope on the night of the show we do not have what happened last year, because say Deba
Last year wasn't-
say
no,
Deba
Last year was fairly okay. Last
in the
year.
comment section on
You're
Facebook.
talking about Facebook, sorry.
Say Gume Muntega Gume.
Okay, sorry.
It was so hilarious, and it just shows how much the public,
Sorry,
how much
you're
the
talking
public,
about Facebook.
how competitive the public can be for pageants. So chaperones, just have us know, why should the public come out to support your particular contestant, and each contestant after will have us know why should the public come out to support you, and invite them to come.
Okay, good morning, everyone, again. I would like to invite the public to come out to support our contestant, number 1, Hannah Jose from the Dominica Grammar School, because she is a wonderful student. She's polite, she's just great-mannered, and also at the Dominica Grammar School, we're going through some difficult times, but we are very much resilient. So we're just asking the public to come out and support the Dominica Grammar School. All the old girls, all the old boys, all the present students, come out and support the Dominica Grammar School.
All right. And you're celebrating 100 and how many years of education this year? Wait. Okay. I was just saying you have a lot of alumni.
Yes, a lot of years.
Yes.
But we're actually going to have our Founders Day activity on a Friday coming.
Okay. All right. Next person.
So certainly come to support contestant number 2, St. Martin Secondary School, Miss Karine Royer. Of course, all of the contestants are going out to win, but certainly Karine will be bringing the energy and bringing the crown home to SMSS.
Okay.
Good afternoon again. We just want to encourage everyone to come out and support contestant number 3, Miss Kiana Aaron. She has been dedicating herself to this performance to ensure that you enjoy the show fully and importantly. And we want to just take a word from our saying at school: we're the best among the rest and no one can test. So Kiana is going for the gold and for the crown.
Great.
All right, and last but not least, on behalf of the Dominica Girl Guides Association, I would really like to invite everyone to come out to the show on the 23rd of February, Sunday, February 23rd, to support contestant number 4, Gabrielle Esprit, and of course the Girl Guides Association of Dominica. I also want to encourage all the parents out there who have young girls in their households to consider enrolling them in the program, from the Rainbows, Brownies, Girl Guides into the Rangers. It is a very positive activity that young ladies can participate in, and I want to encourage you to join into that. Gabrielle she has come so far in preparing for this competition, and we're going to put on a wonderful show. All the contestants, I'm sure, and so I want to encourage everyone to come out.
Okay. Young ladies, it's your time to shine. Why should you be supported on the night of the show? And invite everyone to come on out.
I would like to tell the listening and viewing audience to come and support me, your delegate number 2, Karine Royer, because I assure you, you will not regret it. And yes, SMSS is back for the crown.
You guys should come support me, because I am ready to take on this journey with courage and determination. And I'm ready to come back for a crown this year, the Dominica Grammar School, DGS, the greatest. Thank you.
All right.
Everybody should come and support, because you all have already seen the work. I mean, you've seen the opening, you see the launching, you've already seen us. I mean, like, look at us. You all should know why you should come and support.
I just would like to invite everybody to come and support me, but not just me, to all my fellow sister contestants, because you won't be disappointed. All of us have our unique talents, and we are going to come on the night to shine.
Okay, so if you're just joining us, we had a lovely interview with the contestants of Miss Teen Dominica 2025 and their chaperones along with the organizers. Before we close off the show, I just have one short advert from the Roosevelt Douglas Primary School. A creative sensei competition is to be had on February 20th. And we know it's a carnival season. We know that part of carnival is culture, a big part of carnival is culture. And they have a competition which is open to all the primary and secondary students, but most importantly also to the parents, the adults. It's a sensei competition. There's a small registration fee, which is $10. And also there's an admission for the night of the competition, the day of the competition. There's an admission which is $10 at the gate and $5 for children, $10 for adults, $5 for children. So the registration is presently open. And they have guest performances also from the flag wavers and calypsonians, and there will be tons of prizes to be won. So the Roosevelt Douglas Primary School is having a creative sensei competition. I am actually considering to try to get some lalin and go shake my legs. So let's see how creative you can be. It's open to everyone, so you can call the school today and find out how you can be a part of it. I would definitely encourage people to do it as a family, to see, just so a child can understand our culture and be immersed into it a little bit more. Remember tomorrow's Creole Heartbeat, we have Shelly from the Signal Band with us from noon till 1 o'clock. So check out our Facebook page to know exactly on which frequency we will be doing this. So what an inspiring morning we've had here on Creole Heartbeat on DBS Radio. Proudly sponsored by Digicel. A huge thanks to our wonderful contestants and to the organizer, Mr. Raymond of Miss Teen Dominica, for sharing their experiences with us. It is clear that this is a competition and it's not just about winning a crown, it's about building confidence, embracing our culture, and preparing these young women for a brighter future. Thank you, Mr. Lawrence, for doing that for us in Dominica. And to our listeners, remember to support these young ladies by attending the Miss Teen Dominica pageant. It's on the 23rd of February at the
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock at the forecourt. If you are standing, it is
Children standing
children
20. Adult standing would be 30, and then sitting would be $50.
Yes, tickets will be out soon at Bullseye Pharmacy and Deepex Color Lab.
And we're also going to have pay-per-view as well, DBS pay-per-view and the Kyrie FM pay-per-view as well.
Okay, so let's cheer them on and as they take the stage and showcase their incredible talent and determination. Stay tuned to DBS for more great programming, and remember, it's a carnival station. This has been Creole Heartbeat. I am Julie Roberts, where the culture comes alive. Have a good one.
The good doctor, silk pan the scene.